Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. श्री श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुम् उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितां च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा. So I would like to welcome all the devotees today for this Bhagavad-Gita class in English. So I have been instructed today Bhagavad-Gita chapter 18th and shlok number 8. I think so. Let me offer my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of all the devotees here, and I would pray to kindly bless me so that we can discuss today's topics as described by Srila Prabhupada. So Bhagavad-Gita 18th chapter, this is conclusion of the Bhagavad-Gita. Srila Prabhupada writes, actually Bhagavad-Gita, whatever Kṛṣṇa wanted to say was completed in 17th chapter itself. But 18th chapter is a supplement. It's summary of all that what Kṛṣṇa told previously. This is summarized in 18th chapter. So what is the summary of this 18th chapter? In the 18th chapter, the summary of all instruction is given. The purpose of life is indicated to be renunciation and attainment of the transcendental position above the three material modes of nature. Arjuna wants to clarify the two distinct subject matters of Bhagavad Gita, namely renunciation, tyaga, and renounced order of life, sannyasa. Thus he is asking the meaning of these two words. There is no equivalent word in English for sannyasa and tyaga. Actually, the same word renunciation is used for both sannyasa and tyaga. But Prabhupada, that's why he has modified it, that sannyasa, renunciation, and tyaga, sannyasa is order of renunciation. Tyaga is renunciation. So, this chapter starts with Arjuna's question. Arjuna asks, after hearing all this Bhagavad Gita till 17th chapter, the beginning of the 18th chapter starts with Arjuna's question. He wants to understand the difference between tyaga and sannyasa. What is the difference? So this 18th chapter has got 72 shlokas 72, 78, sorry, 78 shlokas. And this 78 shlokas chapter can be divided into 7 small parts. So to understand it better, the whole chapter can be divided into 7 different portions or parts. The first portion of the 18th chapter talks about karma yoga, superiority of working in devotion over renunciation of work. This is very, very important topic. Most people को दिख रहा है ना? You're able to see? So the first part from shloka number 1 to 12, it is about karma yoga. Working in devotion is better than renunciation of work. Second part is from shloka 13 to 18, it is jnana yoga. And third part is shloka 19 to 40, 3 modes of material nature. So in Hindi, this is called as triguna. In all, I think in all languages in India, it is called as guna. Guna is a Sanskrit word. Triguna, 3 modes of nature. And fourth part is from shloka 41 to 48, worshipping Kṛṣṇa through one's work. How to worship Kṛṣṇa with our own work. Not work is worship, worship with work. From Jnana Yoga to pure devotional service. Jnana Yoga se Shuddha Bhakti tak. 49 to 55. And 55 to 56 in 2 shlokas, the most important verse and conclusion is surrender to Kṛṣṇa. Then seventh part is shloka kramang 67 to 78, seventh part. Arjuna agrees to fight and victory is assured by Sanjaya. So very famous shloka in Bhagavad-Gita, yatra yogeshwara Kṛṣṇa, yatra partho dhanurdara, tatra sri vijaya bhutir matir mamaha. So he concludes Bhagavad-Gita with this shloka. Wherever there is a Kṛṣṇa and a sincere devotee like Arjuna, there is a victory, there is all opulence, there is a moral of life. This is my conclusion, he concludes. This is the last shloka of Bhagavad-Gita, 78th of this chapter. So now today our verse is verse number 8, which is in this first portion. So first portion talks about karma yoga. How karma yoga talks about superiority of working in devotion or renunciation of work. संन्यास से काम करते हुए भगवान के लिए काम करना ये उच्चतम है. That is the superiority. So let's look into this. So shloka. This chapter starts with Arjuna's question. So कृपया मेरे पीछे दोहराइए. संन्यासस्य महाबाहो तत्वम् इच्छामि वेदितुम् त्यागस्य च ऋषिकेश पृथक्केशी निषूदन पृथक्केशी निषूदन. So this chapter starts with this Arjuna's question. So what he asks is, Arjuna said, O mighty armed one, O Kṛṣṇa, I wish to understand the purpose of renunciation, tyaga, and the renounced order of life, sannyasa. O killer of the Kesi demon, master of the senses. So he's asking this question. I want to understand the difference between tyaga and sannyasa. Now, Kṛṣṇa answers to this question in second verse of this chapter. सो कृपया दोहराइए. काम्यानां कर्मणां न्यास संन्यासं कवयो विदुः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं प्राहुस्त्यागं विचक्षणाः. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up of activities that are based on material desire is what great learned men call the renounced order of life. भौतिक इच्छा का सर्व कार्य को त्यागना, इसको बड़े बड़े लोग संन्यास कहते हैं. And giving up the results of all activities is what the wise call renunciation. कर्म के फल को त्याग करना, इसको त्याग कहते हैं. So this answers the first question of Arjuna. Now from this, Kṛṣṇa is explaining further what are these three modes of material nature, and karma yoga, jnana yoga, shuddha bhakti yoga, and then surrender. From this one question. So now I will come back to our today's verse number 8. Okay. So today we'll read from the book, verse number 8. आपके पास बुक है? You have the book? Okay, what this shloka? Sorry? 1 minute. I'll open this in. Just a minute. Yeah. Can you see this? Okay. कृपया दोहराइए. Please recite after me. दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म, दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म, kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet, kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet. kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam, kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam, naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet, naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet. दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म, kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet, kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam, naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet. दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म, kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet, kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam, naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet. दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म, kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet, kṛtvā rājasam tyāgam, naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet. दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म, kāya-kleśa-bhayāt tyajet, स कृत्वा rājasam tyāgam naiva tyāga-phalaṁ labhet. The meaning, words to word meaning of this shloka: duḥkham, unhappy, iti, thus, eva, certainly, yat, which, karma, work, kāya, for the body, klesha, trouble, bhayāt, out of fear, tyajet, gives up, saha, he, kṛtvā, after doing, rājasam, in the mode of passion, tyāgam, renunciation, na, not, eva, certainly, tyāga, of renunciation, phalam, the results, labhet, gains. So meaning of this verse: anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. One who is Kṛṣṇa consciousness, one who is in Kṛṣṇa consciousness should not give up earning money out of fear that he is performing fruitive activities. If by working one can engage his money in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, or if by raising early in the morning one can advance his transcendental Kṛṣṇa consciousness, one should not desist out of fear or because such activities are considered troublesome. Such renunciation is in the mode of passion. The result of passionate work is always miserable. If a person renounces work in that spirit, he never gets the result of renunciation. So this is Srila Prabhupada ji has explained in this verse that one who is in Kṛṣṇa consciousness should not give up the earning money. What people think in general is that renunciation means giving up everything. Sannyas, सब कुछ बंद करके जंगल चले जाओ. In fact, Arjuna also in the beginning was debating with Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa, why you are engaging me in this ghora kritya of fighting, killing everyone just for a piece of land? It's better, I will go to forest and become sannyasi. So Kṛṣṇa, when he heard this, kutasva kasmala vidam, where from this, impurity has come in you? You are talking like an anarya. So Kṛṣṇa chastises Arjuna that you are talking not like a kshatriya, but anarya, something that you are talking which does not suit to you. So this is explanation of the same thing here, that sannyasa, anyone who gives prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. So these are three modes of material nature: satogun, rajogun, tamogun. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. Now let me try to show this So in the first part of this Bhagavad-Gita, Bhagavad-Gita is actually divided into three parts. The first part, Srila Prabhupada ji explains, from chapter 1 to 6, it is called as Karma Yoga. And from chapter 13 to 17 or 18, it is called as Jnana Yoga. And in between, from 7 to 12, it is called as Bhakti-yoga. In fact, in the entire Bhagavad-Gita, bhakti-yoga is explained in each verse indirectly. Srila Prabhupada says, the purpose of karma yoga is to achieve bhakti, and purpose of jnana yoga is to attain bhakti. So these are the two vehicles, karma yoga and jnana yoga, the two vehicles to reach to bhakti. But many people in India and elsewhere who read Bhagavad-Gita, they read only the first part of the Bhagavad-Gita and they say karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu. So they conclude that Bhagavad-Gita means, you do work and give up the results. They understand only this portion. And there are many people, many yogis also, who understand Bhagavad-Gita from Jnana point of view. Just now, Krishna Kumar Prabhu was explaining, the person who is holding water and is searching the root of a tree, where to put this water. He is a jnani. He is searching. The root is Lord Kṛṣṇa. He is searching for the root, Lord Kṛṣṇa. But Bhakta, the devotee, knows where is the root and he is pouring the water into that root. He is Bhakta. Bhakta is much more advanced than Jnani, much more advanced than Karmi. So here, this material nature, how we all are part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. So Kṛṣṇa says in the chapter 15th of Bhagavad Gita, Mame amshe jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manashyastani indriyani prakritistani karshati. Every living entity is my part and parcel. But because of being separated from me, they don't know about me. And they are struggling with their senses in this material world. And this material world is a place which binds everyone. Just like, when the water pours from the cloud, during the rain, the water which comes from the cloud is a pure water. But when it gets mixed with maybe smoke, mud, it also gets dirty. If the color of the mud is red, the water also becomes red. If color of the mud is black, the water also becomes black. So we all are like that water, which are pure originally. But because of the sansarga, in contact with this material nature, we develop the different qualities according to our association with material world. So there are three modes of material nature. So in Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 13, Shlok Kramank 22, Kṛṣṇa says, the Lord says, Purusha prakriti stohi bhunkti. Prakriti sangosha sad asad yonishu janmushu. The living entity in material nature thus follows the way of life, enjoying the three modes of material nature. This is due to association with that material nature. Thus he meets with good or evil among various species. There is a small story to explain this, how we all get bound by the influence of this material nature. Once there was the Garuda, one Garuda put his egg in the association of a hen. The Garuda was flying, he saw that there are so many chicken here, so it is better I will put my egg here. And somehow, due to some reason, it puts the egg there and then flies away. Now the mother hen, which was looking after all the eggs, it also saw one big egg. It thought it is my own egg. So it started taking care of, it's when the birds develop the eggs, they heat it with their body temperature and then it develops. And the Garuda, small Garuda comes out of this egg. And all there is chicken hens, small chicken. The Garuda also is different, but because of the association with that chicken hen, Garuda also thinks that I am one of this. And as you can see the difference between the Garuda and the hen always pecks, with that beak, it pecks the food grains, right? Whereas the Garuda flies up above in the sky and it has got the quality to see even the smallest particle hundreds of feet down on the earth. That has got a sharp eye. But now Garuda has forgotten all those qualities. Because of the association with the hen, it's also thinking, I am also hen. It's also going like a hen, and it's also pecking with the beaks. And it's just behaving like all other hens. There's a big difference between hen and Garuda. Now once there was a sadhu who came there, he saw that, what is this strange thing? The bird Garuda is behaving like a hen. Then he could understand, yes, it is because of the association. And then, he came there, he took that Garuda, just catching the neck of the Garuda, he just showed in the sky. He just showed to the sky. The Garuda thought, oh, I can also fly. Then, he flew that Garuda in the sky, and it started flapping the wings and then flew away. So this is the influence of the association. We all are like the soul coming from the spiritual world, are like Garuda. We have an excellent quality, we are much pure. But because of the contact with the material nature, we are also behaving like hen, forgetting Kṛṣṇa. We are thinking that I am this, I am that, I am, But when a sadhu comes like Prabhupada, or any sadhu, he can understand the difference, why we are behaving like this. And he shows the path. And we come to Kṛṣṇa consciousness, flying high from rest of the world. So this is the power of association. So in this 13th chapter, Kṛṣṇa explained Purusha prakriti stohi bhungte prakritir jan gunan karana guna sangosha sad asad yonishu janmashu. Now to explain this further, how this material nature work, the three modes, this entire universe is made out of these three modes of material nature. So just to understand this, you can imagine this three mode of material nature like three different colors. Satoguna, yellow color. Rajoguna, red color. Rajoguna, red color. And Tamoguna, blue color. Just imagine this. So in Bhagavad-Gita, in chapter 14th, Kṛṣṇa explained, Sattvam rajastama iti gunaha prakriti sambhavaha nibhadnanti mahabhavo dehe dehinam avyayam. Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with the nature, O mighty Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes. Just like Garuda, in association with the hen, he was conditioned to be like a hen, and he was behaving like a hen. Unless a sadhu comes and separates us from this material nature, we are bound by many janmas, many lives. So that's why Kṛṣṇa says, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanvan mama prapadyante vasudevam sarvam iti sa mahatma su durlabha. It's very rare that somebody who comes in Kṛṣṇa consciousness and he is Mahatma. So how this material world, why there are different bodies, female bodies, male bodies, bird bodies, animal bodies, fish bodies, tiger bodies, plant bodies, these are all different compartments. But the soul, which is contained inside, is all pure. But because of our association with this material world, we have been conditioned like that. So to understand this, let's imagine there are three colors. So during the childhood, maybe you must have drawn with these paints. But how by mixing different paints in different quantities, you can get different colors. So similarly, originally there are Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Mode of goodness is yellow color, mode of passion is red color, mode of ignorance is blue color. Now, if you mix little of yellow and little of red, it will become orange. Yes, practically you can see this. When you mix this paint in different portion, you can get different color. It will leave the original color, but it will acquire a different color. Similarly, if you mix blue and red, you will get pink color. Right? And if you mix blue and yellow, you will get green color. You can try this. It is. It's actually the painter knows it. And similarly, if you mix this color in different proportion, more of a yellow, less of red, you can get a mild yellow like this. More of red and little of yellow, you will get something towards orange. So how this, from two colors, many colors can be generated. Similarly, from other two colors, many colors are generated. From other two colors, many colors. So it's a permutation of three colors. That becomes 8.5 different color combinations. So similarly, because of the qualities of this material modes, which are mixed together to get different bodies, 8.4 million bodies. Bird bodies, more of ignorance, less of passion. Lion bodies, more of passion and ignorance. Human bodies, little of goodness, little of passion, little of ignorance. So this is all combination of the bodies. So that's why in Padma Purana, Yashoda Mataji, I think she's a great teacher. So she used to say there are 8.4 million ways to forget Kṛṣṇa. Why we have got so many different bodies? Because we have forgotten Kṛṣṇa. We have forgotten our real identity because of the contact with this material nature. So in Padma Purana, there is a shloka to explain how the different bodies are formed. So this shloka is like this. Jalaja nava lakshani. You can recite this. Jalaja nava lakshani stavara lakshavim sati. Krimayo rudra sankhyakyah pakshinam dasha lakshanam trinshat lakshani pashavah chatur lakshani manavah. So this shloka is from Padma Purana. Padma Purana says, Jalaja Navalakshani, the bodies in the water. There are 9 lakh different bodies, aquatic. So, this is not from this earth only. Maybe it is also from Jambu Dvipa, another Sweta Dvipa, all this put together. There could be also some in Virja Nadi also. So there are 9 lakh different bodies who stays in the water. Jalaja Navlakshani, 9 lakhs. Stavara means immovable. Like plants, immobile, and trees. How many? 20 lakhs. 2 lakhs, sorry. 20 lakhs. Stavara Laksha Vimsati. Vimsati means 20. Laksha Vimsati means 20. So there are 20 lakhs trees and plants, different categories. Krimayo Rudra Lakshani. Rudra means 11. Rudra means 11 in Sanskrit. So Krimayo Rudra Lakshani means 11 lakh are reptiles. Reptile means snakes, crocodile, who move out of this body, out of their stomach. The animals moving from the stomach, these are called reptiles. How many? 11 lakhs. Pakshinam dashalakshanam. 10 lakhs are pakshi, the birds which are flying. And Pashava trins lakshani. 3 lakhs. 30 lakhs. Pashava means the carnivorous animal and the 4-legged animals. Pashava 30 lakhs. 30 lakhs are the beast. And Manava Chatur Lakshani. 4 lakh different categories of human beings. So in that Manava, the Manava who are staying in Patal Loka, Bhuloka, Bhuvar Loka, Swarga Loka, all are included. 4 lakh different. So if you count on this, the Manava quantity is less compared to all other. Beast quantity is much more. Trees are much more. So how fortunate it is to get the human body. But still, having been gotten this human body, if we are not in devotion, Kṛṣṇa consciousness, the whole life is waste. Srila Prabhupada used to say, if you achieve everything in life, it is acquiring 0, 0, 0, 0, one after the another. Yeah, it's all 0 at the end of. But if we achieve Kṛṣṇa, if you come to the spiritual path and understand Kṛṣṇa, it is adding 1 before all these zeros. So everything gets a value. So just by Kṛṣṇa adding, Yatra Yogeshwara Kṛṣṇa, Yatra Partho Dhanuddhara, Tatra Sri Vijaya Bhuti Nitir Mati Mama. So this is how material nature is consisting of 3 modes, creates different bodies, and we forget Kṛṣṇa. And this material nature, Kṛṣṇa in this whole chapter, again afterwards, explaining the renunciation in ignorance, in passion and goodness. Knowledge in ignorance, passion and goodness. Action in karma, action in ignorance, passion, goodness. Then worker, how one thinks when he is in ignorance, how one acts when he is in ignorance. How he gives dana in ignorance. So all this is explained in this chapter. Now today, if you see that first slide, this portion is explaining superiority of working in devotion or renunciation of the work. So here, Kṛṣṇa is explaining from, we have just seen Shloka Kramak 1 and 2, and again 3 and 4 is explaining about the material nature. And in 6th verse, Kṛṣṇa says, all these activities should be performed without attachment or any expectation of result. They should be performed as a matter of duty. O son of Prita, that is my final opinion. So one should not be attached, but one should be doing their activity as the necessary or as it is ought to be performed. Prescribed duties should never be renounced. If one gives up his prescribed duties because of illusion, such renunciation is said to be in mode of ignorance. If somebody says, no, I don't want to work because it is very difficult, so give up the work. Just for sake of trouble, this body is troubling, so I give up the work. It is renunciation in mode of ignorance. So now in the next today's verse, anyone who gives up prescribed duties as troublesome or out of fear of bodily discomfort is said to have renounced in the mode of passion. Such action never leads to the elevation of renunciation. Like for example, a brahmachari, morning, it's because cold, I cannot take bath, so I will not go to Mangalarti. It is because of the bodily discomfort, you are giving up the prescribed duties, it is in the mode of passion. So this is what Kṛṣṇa is explaining. So, and sannyasa and tyaga. Sannyasa means giving up all the activities. which are based on the material desire. Tyaga means giving up the results of the activity. Suppose if I am working in a company and I get about 1 lakh rupees salary. Now this 1 lakh rupees salary, if I give for some charity, then I am said as tyagi, one who is renunciated the fruits of the work, tyagi. But another sannyasis, I am just stopped working for any company, stopped earning money. I have stopped working for any earning of money. Then it is called as sannyasi. It is not necessary that sannyasis are tyagis. And it's not necessary tyagis are sannyasi. And vice versa, it is also true. Tyagi could be sannyasi and sannyasi could be tyagi. There is one very interesting story. Have you heard about story of King Bhartrhari? Bhartrhari sune apne? Okay. So there was a king, a great king by name Bhartrhari. From the material calculation, he was very, very famous. But once, during his middle age, about 50, 55, he thought, what is the use of all this opulence? I would better renounce everything and go to forest. So Raja Bhartrhari left everything and went to forest. And he started, staying like a sannyasi, controlling all his senses, and is getting bhiksha from house to house and living his life in the forest. He was having only one joli, one bag, shoulder bag for a sannyasi. And he was staying beneath a tree. So one day he got one nail. So he put the nail on the tree and he used to put his bag into that nail. And he used to stay beneath the tree. Now after some time, there was another sannyasi who came at the same place. And he was also having a bag. He also put the same bag there. When Bhartrhari king came next time, this sannyasi came, he saw that I have put the nail here, but this sannyasi is putting the same bag, his bag here in the same nail. So when the other sannyasi came, he yelled at him, "Don't put your bag here, it's mine, I have kept it." Then that other sannyasi took his bag, went away, and again after some time, he put the bag there only. Then Bhartrhari sannyasi became very wild. He started yelling and shouting at him, "I have already told you not to put your bag here. Why you are doing this?" And the other sannyasi now, he lost his cool. Do you think this nail you have bought it from your father's house? This is in the jungle. It's a common place. So I am also putting. So both started fighting. Just like a wrestler, they started fighting. You are calling me fool, you are calling me fool. And then came a lady there. This lady saw that two sannyasis in the sannyasi robe fighting like cats and dogs. Then she told, look, gentlemen, what is this? You have renounced everything and you are fighting here like cats and dogs. Have you heard of King Bhartrhari? Have you heard the name of King Bhartrhari? What a great person. He left everything and went to the forest. So this lady knew that king, but this Bhartrhari sannyasi, he was not knowing that, this lady knows me. Oh my God. So this lady is talking something sensible. I left everything, the house, the children, my wife, so much of opulence, to come to stay in this forest. And now for that small nail I am fighting with another sannyasi. So this is a sannyasi, but not yet renunciated. He is not a tyagi yet. So when he got that knowledge from that old lady, he becomes a tyāgi. So he left everything, I don't want anything. And I don't want to fight with anybody. Everything belongs to Supreme Lord. I would just stay on the mercy of the Lord. So this is because of the material association. So that's why Arjuna is asking this question, what's the difference between sannyasi and tyāgi? So there are very beautiful stories in Srimad Bhagavatam like this. Similarly, once upon a time, there were two rishis. One is called as Vedashira and another is called Rashvashira. These two sannyasis. So in Mahendra Parvat, they went to Mahendra Parvat for penance, tapasya. So this Vedashira Rishi was a very exalted personality, lots of experience. He went for tapasya there. So he was sitting in a secluded place, chanting Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana. So he made all that place, beautiful place, staying there. And after some time, the Hashvashira, another Rishi came there. And he also saw that, there is one more Rishi chanting. So he also sits beside him and he started chanting Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana. So Vedashira Rishi did not like this. And he started yelling at him. Why don't you go to other place? It's me that I have come here first. So he started looking at him like a snake, with red eye. And he was also Hashvashira was also an exalted Rishi. Then he started yelling at him. What do you think yourself? This place belongs to you? He started shouting. And this Vedashiri, this Rishi, lost his cool. And said, why you are shouting like a crow? I will curse you to become crow right now. So he curses him to become crow. And this Hashvashira Rishi also become, just for a small piece of place, you are cursing me to become crow? You are behaving like a snake, hissing. Hissing. So you become a snake. He also curses. Both curse each other. And one started becoming immediately a crow, another started becoming immediately a snake's body. Just look at, and immediately they got into senses. Oh my God. Oh Narayana. It's all because of your external energy. We got influenced so much by your external energy. We lost our senses. Please forgive us. Both started praying the Lord. They were actually chanting the names of the Lord. But they lost cool because of the anger. And each cursed. And one become a crow, other become a snake. And this same snake is Kaliya Nag. Whom Kṛṣṇa delivered him from the Yamuna river. Same Kaliya Nag is Vedashira Rishi. Because of the curse, he has become snake. And the same crow is Kakbhushandi in Ramayana. There is a Kakbhushandi. You can see this picture. This is crow who has become, this is Hashvashira, become a crow. And when they started weeping and crying, praying the Lord, oh my Lord, please protect us. We left everything. We became sannyasi. But we could not give up our ego. We could not give up the anger. We are not tyāgis. So there, Narayana actually appeared. And then he, with a smile, he started blessing each other. Don't worry. It was my plan that you both have to curse and become like this. But I will deliver both of you. So he said to Kaliya Nag, I will personally deliver you with my lotus feet on your head in Yamuna river during Dwapar Yuga. And Kakbhushandi, you will become so, although you are in the crow body, you will become a great, Rishi in the crow body. You will be continuously reciting Ramayana, and my servant Garuda will come to learn Ramayana from you, bhakti from you. So Garuda became the disciple of Kakbhushandi. So this is tyaga, difference between tyaga and sannyasi. It's not necessary that sannyasis are tyagis and tyagis are sannyasi. So in conclusion, this whole material world is full of misery. So one who is intelligent, this is what Bhagavad-Gita teaches us. Give up all this karma yoga, jnana yoga, attachment. Just surrender to Kṛṣṇa. And then, use this body in devotion. So the life becomes perfect. Prahlad Maharaj very beautifully prays in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9. So, Canto 7, Chapter 9. Yeah. So this is a very beautiful prayer from Prahlad Maharaj. So kindly hear this prayer. Yasmat priya priya viyoga sanyoga janma shokagnina sakalayo nishudayamanaha dukkaushadam tadapi duḥkham taddiya aham bhuman brahmami vadame tavadashayogam Bhuman brahmami vadame tavadashayogam. Very beautiful prayer. He says, "O my great Supreme Lord, because of combination with pleasing and displeasing circumstances, because of tamoguna and rajoguna, some shuddha, satoguna, and because of the separation from them, one is placed in a most regrettable position within heavenly or hellish planets. Sometimes when we associate it with satoguna, we go to Swarga. When we associate with tamoguna, we go to Naraka side, below. And when we associate it with rajoguna, we take birth in the bhumi, in this world. So Prahlad Maharaj is praying as heavenly or hellish planets, as if burning in a fire of lamentation. Every jivatma is lamenting here in this world. He is bound by the shoka and duḥkham. Shoka means lamentation, duḥkham means miseries. So if one is thinking the past, oh, why I took such a decision, I could have taken better decision. This is shoka. So he is contemplating on the past activities and lamenting. This is called shoka. And duḥkham means something thinking about future. Oh, what will happen if my job goes out? What will happen if my son does not get married? This is future thing. This is duḥkha. So this material world is always with dvandva. Two things, shoka and duḥkha. Love and hatred. Priya and apriya. So Prahlad Maharaj is praying as if burning in a fire of lamentation. Everyone is struggling in this material world. Although there are many remedies. So what people try to do is, to avoid this dukkha, there are remedies. They take some medicine. Okay. Like for example, if somebody is too much of stressed about future, then he takes wine. Try to forget it. He thinks that's a medicine, a remedy. So Prahlad Maharaj says, although there are many remedies by which to get out of this miserable life, but my Lord, any such remedies in the material world are more miserable than the miseries themselves. Oh, this aushadhi, the medicine, will become more miserable than the miseries themselves in this material world. That is the nature of this material world. So therefore, I think that the only remedy is to engage in your devotional service. My Lord, kindly instruct me in such service. Let me become your servant. Kindly instruct me how to become servant, how to become your servant, how to do the devotion in your lotus feet. Because everywhere there is a dukkha. because of pleasing and unpleasing circumstances, one is placed in higher or lower or middle planets, but everywhere there is a dukkha. People try to eliminate this dukkha by some remedies, but finally the remedies also become more miserable than the miseries themselves. So my Lord, I don't want any of this opulence, any of this material possession. So kindly instruct me how to become your devotee. So this is what Bhagavad-Gita, in every page Bhagavad-Gita is highlighting this bhakti. And more so, Srila Prabhupada, in every shloka, he is giving importance for this bhakti. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nameva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva Gatiranyatha. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also stresses there is a bhakti through taking the name of the Lord, chanting the name of the Lord. So that will relieve one from this material miseries. Hare Krishna. So time to ho gaya. If you have any questions, comments, just another 2 minutes. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, सब भक्तों की जय हो। हरे कृष्ण। माधव प्रभु की सब भक्त